Let's take our face-centered cubic unit cell and calculate packing efficiency. 4r is equal to root 2a. Root 2a is face diagonal. On the face, we have one full atom with 2r and one atom with r, another atom with r. So total becomes r plus 2r plus r, that is 4r. 4r is equal to root 2a. A is equal to 2 root 2r. Packing fraction will be equal to 4 into 4 by 3 pi r cube divided by a cube. Z is equal to 4 for face centered cubic. That's why we have multiplied it by 4. So it will come out to be 16.3 pi r cube divided by 2 root 2 r whole cube. That is, on calculation we get pi divided by 3 root 2. Pi is 22 by 7. So it will come out to be 22 divided by 7 into 3 into 1.414. On calculation we get 0.74. That is, packing efficiency is 74% and free space is 26%. Next we are taking ionic radii and classification of crystals. Crystals are classified into four categories. First one is ionic crystals. An ionic crystal consists of oppositely charged ions which are held together by strong force of attraction between them, and that is why they have high melting and boiling point. Most of them are soluble in water and they do not conduct electricity in solid state, but they conduct electricity in molten state and in aqueous solution. Examples are NaCl, KCl, CaF2, cesium fluoride, etc. Covalent crystals consist of atoms. These atoms are held together by strong covalent bonds. Examples of covalent crystals are diamond, graphite, silicon, etc. And silicon carbide is another example of covalent crystal. These have high melting and boiling point because of strong force of attraction. They do not conduct electricity because they do not have free electrons, except graphite, which conducts electricity due to presence of free electrons. The third, we are going to take up molecular crystals. In molecular crystals we have molecules which are held together by weak van der Waals force of attraction. These crystals may have dispersion forces between dipole-dipole attractions, between dipole and induced dipole interaction, induced dipole and induced dipole interactions. Even hydrogen bonding can also be present. Examples of molecular crystals are ice, iodine, camphor, benzoic acid. These are examples of molecular crystals. Due to weak force of attraction, their melting and boiling point are quite low and they do not conduct electricity. They are directional in nature like covalent solids or covalent crystals, whereas ionic crystals are non-directional in nature and exist in the form of three-dimensional crystal structure. Metallic crystals. In metallic crystal, constituting particles are kernels, which are held together with strong force of attraction between positively charged kernels and valence electron cloud. Metals conduct electricity in solid state. Some of them have weak metallic bonds, so they are soft and have low melting and boiling points, whereas others have high melting and boiling point due to strong metallic bond. Now, metals conductance decreases with increase in temperature and increases with decrease in temperature, and some of the metals become superconductor at low temperature. Now, packing of constituents in crystal lattice. First, we are taking close packing in two dimension. In two dimension, we have square close packing. In this type of packing, each row of spheres are vertically as well as horizontally aligned, forming squares. The coordination number of central sphere is 4 in 2 dimension, whereas it is 6 in 3 dimension. This is square close packing is least efficient because lot of space is left unoccupied. It is also called simple cubic packing. Second type we are taking is hexagonal close packing. Hexagonal close packing coordination number is equal to 6 in 2 dimension and it is equal to 12 in 3 dimension. In this type of packing, second row of spheres are placed in the depressions of the first row and third row is vertically aligned with first and fourth with second, forming hexagonal structure. In 2 dimension, in 3 dimension, we place the spheres over them and above them, and the coordination number becomes 12. Now close packing in 3 dimension. Hexagonal close packing, we are showing it again. And this is now, it is in 3 dimension. Earlier it was shown in 2 dimension. Here you will find that second row of spheres are placed in depressions of the first row. And third row is vertically aligned with first. Fourth row is vertically aligned with second, forming a pattern AB, 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 and so on. So coordination number is 12 in 3 dimension. It is also called FCCP, that is face centered cubic close packing. Next we are taking cubic close packing. In cubic close packing, we have second row of spheres are placed in depressions of the first row, and third row of spheres are placed in depressions of second row. Fourth row is vertically aligned with first, fifth row with second, sixth row with third, and leads to the formation of pattern ABC, ABC, and so on. It is only possible in 3 dimension, and its coordination number is 12, and its efficiency is 74%. Next we are going to take up body centered cubic arrangement. Coordination number is 8 in 3 dimension. Here the central sphere is at body center and 8 spheres are on the corners. So coordination number becomes 8. Efficiency of body centered cubic packing is 68%. Next topic is imperfection in solids. Imperfection can be of two types. One is electronic imperfection and second one is atomic imperfection. First we are taking stoichiometric defects. Now first, what are defects? Any deviation from the regular 3 dimensional arrangement of atoms, ions, or molecules is called defect. Defect can be stoichiometric defect or non-stoichiometric defect. Stoichiometric defects means the composition of solid does not change. It remains the same. Now, Schottky defect is the example of stoichiometric defects. It is also called point defect. When the defect is localized over a small portion called point, they are called point defects. If it extends along a line, we call it line defects. And if it extends along a plane, it is called plane defects. Schottky defect is the example of point defect. And in Schottky defect, you will find that equal number of cations and anions are missing. Now, if large number of Schottky defects are present, they lead to lowering in density of crystal lattice. Cesium chloride, potassium bromide, sodium chloride, sodium bromide, sodium iodide, and sodium fluoride show Schottky defects. Which type of compounds show Schottky defects? Number one, they should have high coordination number. For example, in NaCl, sodium ion has got coordination number 6 and chloride ion also has coordination number 6. Second important condition is there should be a small difference in the size of cation and anion. Now we are going to take up interstitial defects. In interstitial defects, examples are Frenkel defects. In Frenkel defects, cations are usually present in interstitial position as shown in diagram. They leave their normal position and enter interstitial or void. In this type of defect, density of crystal lattice remains the same because there is nothing is lost, only it is misplaced. Now, which type of compounds show Frenkel defects? Number one, they should have low coordination number. Secondly, there should be a large difference in the size of cation and anion. And if size of cation is small, it can fit into voids. Examples AgCl, AgBr, AgI show Frenkel defects. AgBr is a compound which shows both Frenkel as well as Schottky defects. So these are the types of compounds which show Frenkel defects. Next we are going to take up non-stoichiometric defects. Now stoichiometric defects were in which composition of the solid remained the same. Now these defects, composition of solid will change. The first type of defects are metal access defects due to anion vacancies. That is, a negative ion may be missing from its lattice sites, leaving a hole or void or empty space which is occupied by an electron maintaining electroneutrality. F is Farbe, which is German word for color. That is, the electron trapped in the crystal's lattice is called F center. For example, when sodium chloride is heated with sodium vapors, it becomes yellow in color. Why it becomes yellow in color? Because sodium ion become in excess. They attract chloride ion which come to the surface of the crystal lattice. The position of chloride ions is occupied by electron which form F center. These electrons absorb light from visible region and radiate yellow color. Similarly, when potassium chloride is heated in potassium vapors, it becomes violet. And lithium chloride, when heated in lithium vapors, it becomes pink. Next, we are taking metal excess defects due to interstitial cations. See the example. If there is extra cation in the crystal lattice, this extra cation occupies interstitial site. Electroneutrality is maintained by an electron present in the another interstitial site. It is similar to Frenkel defects and found in crystal lattice showing Frenkel defects. For example, when zinc oxide is heated, it becomes yellow in color. Why it becomes yellow in color? Because oxide ions are lost to the atmosphere. Oxide ions lose electrons which are trapped in the site of oxide ion, and these absorb light from visible region and radiate yellow color. Metal deficiency due to cation vacancies. This defect is shown when metal shows variable valency. For example, FeO. In this compound, Fe shows +2 and +3 valency. FeS also, Fe shows +2 and +3 oxidation state. And in nickel oxide also, nickel shows +2 and +3 oxidation state. Now, if any cation is missing, then electroneutrality is maintained by oxidation of cation. Suppose if any ferrous ion is missing, so two ferrous ion get oxidized to ferric ion to maintain electroneutrality. But it leads to non-stoichiometric compounds. For example, Fe 0.93 oxygen is 1, nickel 0.98 oxygen is 1. So these are the example of non-stoichiometric compounds.